If you only know the headlines, this is the missing context. In the world of tech, few leaders have bet their entire company's future as many times as Jensen Huang. Today, we examine the specific decisions, the near bankruptcies, and the long-term architectural bets that turned a three-person startup at a Denny's into the backbone of the AI revolution. Every giant starts somewhere, and for NVIDIA, it wasn't a garage, it was a booth at a diner. Understanding this start helps explain why Huang maintains a scrappy culture even today. In 1993, Jensen Huang met with Chris Malachowski and Curtis Priam at a Denny's in San Jose to discuss the future of computing. They realized that the next wave of computing would be accelerated and graphics-based, which was a radical departure from the general-purpose CPU focus of the time. This meeting established the core philosophy of solving problems that normal computers couldn't, a mindset that still drives the company's R&D today. NVIDIA's first product, the NV1, was technically impressive, but a commercial failure because it used a proprietary mapping technology that the industry ignored. Huang learned a critical lesson here. Being technically superior doesn't matter if you aren't compatible with the ecosystem. This failure forced the company to pivot quickly to industry standards like Microsoft's DirectX, saving them from an early exit. Early on, NVIDIA signed a contract with Sega to build a gaming console chip, but they realized their architecture was outdated halfway through development. Huang famously told Sega they couldn't finish the project but asked for the full payment anyway to keep NVIDIA alive. Sega's CEO agreed, a move that Huang cites as a pivotal moment of transparency and trust that prevented total bankruptcy. Huang is famous for making bet the company's moves. None was larger or more controversial than the development of CUDA. In 1999, NVIDIA released the GeForce 256, which they marketed as the world's first GPU, or graphics processing unit. By moving transformation and lighting tasks from the CPU to the GPU, Huang changed the hierarchy of computer hardware. This established NVIDIA as the leader in the gaming market, providing the cash flow needed for more ambitious research. In 2006, Huang introduced CUDA, a programming model that allowed researchers to use GPUs for general-purpose math, not just games. For years, Wall Street hated this because it added cost to every chip without an immediate market. However, this failure to please investors in the short term created the software moat that eventually made NVIDIA the only choice for AI researchers. During the 2008 financial crisis, NVIDIA's stock plummeted, but Huang refused to stop investing in the CUDA architecture. He took a salary of just $1 and focused on maintaining the engineering talent required for his long-term vision. This period of austerity, combined with relentless focus, allowed NVIDIA to emerge as a leaner, more specialized powerhouse when the economy recovered. NVIDIA didn't just stumble into the AI boom, they spent a decade building the door that AI walked through. In 2012, researchers used NVIDIA GPUs to win a prestigious image recognition contest by a massive margin, proving that GPUs were perfect for neural networks. Huang recognized this big bang of AI immediately and pivoted the entire company's resources toward deep learning. He didn't just sell chips, he began building full AI systems, including the software libraries required for researchers to work. Huang realized that the future of computing wasn't in personal PCs, but in massive data centers. He shifted NVIDIA's focus from selling individual cards to gamers to selling entire server racks to companies like Google, Amazon, and Meta. Today, the data center division is NVIDIA's largest revenue driver, dwarfing the gaming business that started it all. To dominate AI, Huang knew that the speed of the connection between chips was just as important as the chips themselves. He acquired Mellanox for $7 billion to control the networking fabric of the data center. This move ensured that NVIDIA wasn't just a component supplier, but the architect of the entire AI factory. Jensen Huang's personal brand and management style are as distinct as his company's technology. Unlike most CEOs, Huang has over 40 direct reports and avoids a traditional middle management hierarchy. He believes this allows information to flow faster and keeps him close to the ground-level engineering challenges. This flat style is designed for speed, allowing the company to pivot in weeks rather than months or years. Huang's consistent use of a black leather jacket is more than just a fashion choice. It's a branding masterclass in consistency and reliability. It signals a uniforms of a builder and a worker rather than a suit-wearing bureaucrat. This personal branding has made him one of the most recognizable CEOs in the world, synonymous with the NVIDIA brand identity. Huang often speaks about intellectual honesty, the ability to admit when a strategy isn't working and change course immediately. He encourages employees to fail fast and learn from those failures without fear of retribution. This culture of running towards the fire has allowed NVIDIA to survive multiple market shifts that destroyed their competitors. As NVIDIA reaches trillion-dollar valuations, the focus shifts to what Huang leaves behind and where he is taking us next. Huang is currently betting on the Omniverse, a platform for simulating the physical world in high fidelity. He believes that before a robot is built or a factory is opened, it should be simulated as a digital twin to optimize every movement. This expands NVIDIA's reach from digital intelligence into the physical world of manufacturing, into the physical world of manufacturing and robotics. Huang is now advocating for sovereign AI, the idea that every country should own and produce its own intelligence using its own data. This is a strategic move to diversify NVIDIA's customer base beyond just big tech companies to entire nations. It positions NVIDIA as a foundational utility for the 21st century global economy. Beyond chips, Huang has donated hundreds of millions to Stanford and Oregon State University to build research centers. His legacy is tied to the democratization of high-performance computing, ensuring that the next generation of engineers has the tools to solve global challenges. He views his success as a platform to accelerate human progress through better tools. Jensen Huang's story is a masterclass in long-term vision, the courage to fail, and the importance of building an ecosystem rather than just a product. The big idea is to identify the hard problems that others are avoiding and build the infrastructure to solve them. By understanding his journey, you can see how consistent, high-conviction bets can eventually reshape an entire industry. If this breakdown of Jensen Huang's career helped you understand the strategy behind the success, subscribe to Famous Life Bio for more deep dives into the lives and decisions of world-changing leaders. Thanks for watching. Share this with someone who enjoys the real story behind famous people.